Hello, hello, my beautiful, beautiful YouTube subscribers and Patreon crew. Look, it's Tantric Tarot. I know. Last Saturday night, I came out with a new category called Burning Desire Tarot. So check that out if you haven't already. There are extendeds for these videos, and you know I can say more on Patreon about stuff like this. Like with Tantric Tarot, there are actually tantric mantras that you can say that will help you to release the kundalini coiled up at your spine. I know. And yes, I am wearing a grandma overcoat. What of it? I like grandma clothes. I don't know. I like the little flower things, and so I'm all excited about it. So no, don't make fun of me too hard about it. So I'm really looking forward to this Tantric Tarot. Remember, I can't say a lot here on YouTube, but I can say more on Patreon. So you're welcome to come over to Patreon right after this, and I will have that extended up there for you right away. And we will talk more about how to get Tantric. Speaking of Tantric, look at that. Oh my. Oh boy, that 8 of Wands. That stuck out like a sore thumb. Bringing in some changes. Wow. I just think that, oh, damn. All right. I sort of wanted to take out a couple of cards, and then they all came out. All right. So this is an interesting start. I think that someone's really struggling right now with their past, trying to break free of the past. They're considering a divorce here. I feel like that there's also some idea here of 7th house energy. So this could be a marriage. Someone's struggling with their, like a first marriage, something that maybe they did a long time ago. So this Tantric Tarot video is going to be really important for you because I think that I'm just going to leave that here. So like the energy is there that came out, and then this just was left behind. And that was that. All right. So that makes a more complete picture, doesn't it? Yeah. Someone could be getting someone's might be fighting for a first marriage. They might be fighting for it. They want to come in and perhaps propose. Wow. Oh my gosh. I got it. They're struggling to break free of the past so that they can move towards someone with this kind of intention of marriage in the future. I also see like possible travel in the future for you. So nothing like getting tantric on a vacation. Yeah, you want to go somewhere where there's water because Venus is a water planet. So if you go somewhere where there's water, you're going to get lucky. Absolutely. Oh, the bottom of the deck is the Star card, and right behind it, just so you can see, is the 4 of Swords. So that's healing coming in. You're going to be getting your wish fulfillment, and it's going to be very healing when it comes to sex. And what did I say? You're going to be getting your wish fulfillment. The very first card out of the deck is the 9 of Cups. This is a lot of love, a lot of beautiful sex, sexual pleasure. Oh, it's coming in. Uh-oh. Some of you are very nervous. I'm wondering if this is travel. Someone might be traveling out away. Like, all right, is there a lover or a person that you are with in some capacity? The person that you have sex with. Okay, let's put it that way. That person, someone is feeling a little left out in the cold. It's like wish fulfillment, but then, you know, there's something lacking there, and I don't know what it is yet. OMG, this is interesting energy. What does this mean? Here, everybody, we've got the 9 of Cups, we've got the 5 of Pentacles, and then the Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like someone is sabotaging a beautiful relationship because of a lack mindset. They just can't imagine it. Oh, that's it. That's it. Thank you, other side. They just said that. They're like, bingo. So somebody has their wish fulfillment, but they just aren't able to move forward with it because you see the hands there. They're like, yeah, but how is this even possible? You know, like this can't be possible. If you can't visualize something to be real, like even if it's happening, if the person that you're with is someone that you're like, yeah, but there's not going to be a future there. How could there be a future? Why would they want me? Or how could this happen? I'm attached and I can't get out of my situation, or like, how am I gonna move forward with my wish fulfillment? I think there's some kind of, but it's amazing energy here. Definitely good stuff coming in, and there's a lot of sex coming in, like big sex, big Ace of Pentacles that way. Oh, that's the bottom of the deck, darling. Okay. Whoo, boy, big D energy coming in, whatever that is for you. Yeah, I'm going to put that right up here. That's what they just said. They're like, put it up there. So wish fulfillment coming in for you along with this Five of Pentacles. So this could actually be, I'm getting something else too. Some of you, this like new sexual energy, this is great for someone's health. Somebody that maybe isn't doing so well with health, this relationship, the sex, the powerful energy between you, the love between you, that you're able to express physically. So I recently had someone say something about how partnership isn't just about, like you have to have the physical, the psychological, the spiritual, or so there's like 3 components like that, or something along those lines. Listen, sure, that sounds good. In the meantime, if you're having hot sex with somebody, you are psychologically, spiritually, and physically aligned. Yeah. So if someone else, if you're saying, oh, I have this one thing with you, but I don't have it with this other person, I've got 2 of the 3 with them, even if it's not the sex part, but with you, I've got just 1 part. That's a lie. Because you can't have tantric sex. You can't have, beautiful loving sex that way just because. You have to be aligned psychologically, spiritually, and physically in order to have that kind of satisfaction, in order to have that kind of experience. So this person, whoever this Emperor is in the equation, they are getting stronger because of this relationship. They may have sneaky other side. So somebody here thought they had what they wanted. They thought they had their wish fulfillment. Not true. There was something lacking in this. They're like, oh, I have everything I want except this. So it's like someone in this Tantric tarot reading, I'm picking up on the energy. This is for all signs. It is a general collective reading, but it's an energy reading for Tantric. So I can't say things here that I will be able to say on Patreon, so please come with me. When I finish up the reading, I'll have that extended up right away. You'll be able to come over with me. I am feeling actually very turned on right now because I think that what's happening here, because it's very exciting, I'm feeling this Emperor's sense of excitement. This relationship, whatever this new relationship is, they had something that they thought was their wish fulfillment. But take a look at the cups in this 9 of Cups, if you can see it. I think you can see it. Look at how they're like, oh, that might be a little too close, huh? Sorry about that. Look at how there are cracks in the cups. Like, this is supposed to be wish fulfillment. Why are the cups cracked? Yeah, there's like cracks at the bottom of the cups. Some of the cups have they all have like little issues. Some of them are cracked at the bottom and the top. Most of the cups here are marred in some way. And that guy really needs to get some fashion tips like me. I mean, hey, it is what it is, y'all. It's so soft. It's like this lovely velour. I mean, I could pet myself all day. It is a Tantric tarot video. That might be a little bit of an innuendo. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's Tantric tarot. Let's have fun with it. So this is kind of cool. This Emperor had a relationship before where there's a lot of lack in the relationship. They feel like, oh, this is what I have, everything I want except this. So this is a sexless relationship, or like a family situation that is supposed to be happy. But if people knew the truth about it, they would really be questioning this. So now there's something new where the lack, now there's some new relationship here. That's quite amazing. There is no lack. And this comes from the Emperor being strong enough to manifest this new relationship for themselves. So they were able to, they manifested a relationship because there was lack in another one. And it is their wish fulfillment. They may be hiding it. They may not be telling you that it's their wish fulfillment, but they really, really want this relationship. And also some of you, if you're with this emperor, if you're not the emperor, if you're with an emperor, remember, emperor is just the term for the card. Gender is actually fluid. So is sexuality, by the way. Okay. So especially like if you have a partner who's like wanting to do like a threesome with a woman or with a man, you know, whatever, with non-binary individual, they just want to have like two of the same sex people and then them. And, you know, you're like, what? Oh, let me think about that. And then it gets more and more exciting, and you just keep talking about it, and you just keep coming up with ways to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's going to be this is a very hot connection, but you may not see that this person, whoever the emperor is, that's Aries, Pisces, Aries energy, whoever that is, there's Cancer here, there's Leo here, there's Gemini here, and Leo Sag is coming out again. So this person, what you don't see, some of you may not know that they are married, and that no one in their family life knows about their deep unhappiness, because there is some sexless is what I'm hearing. Sexless. Oh, for Tantric Tarot, that's rough. So basically it looks like two people with their backs to each other here. So they're not facing each other. So I'm guessing that this emperor might have big love for this Leo / they want to go towards a Leo, by the way. This is luck. This is Leo. If they don't have Leo in their past life, in their 5th house, they may have Leo in their 6th house. This is something that they're destined. This is a destined situation. It does look like someone might, oh, I see. This could be a warning about their, oh boy. Yeah, this is like the emperor telling me their story a little bit here. So what I'm seeing is that there's something hidden, and there's a marriage. There's secrets in this marriage. There's things that the world doesn't see, and it's sexless. There's like a big, and also, by the way, little asterisk there, not just sexless. It's like one partner for this person, for this emperor individual. If they were in a higher level of commitment with someone, they had a family with somebody here. You know, there's a lot of family energy coming through. They had a family with someone, but that person doesn't work, doesn't contribute financially, doesn't contribute physically. They aren't even there a lot. I'm seeing like abandonment, you know, like they might be off doing other things, probably other people. Because look, I'm just going to say this is part of psychology. In relationships, if one partner is not having sex with you, or if the sex is like once a year, I know that sounds horrible, and it is, maybe it's once a month, or it's very infrequent. If it's not happening at all, the other person that's telling you no, they're having sex with someone else. I'm sorry to say that. If that's news to you, that other person is having sex with someone else. If they leave for long periods of time, if they don't like live with you for long periods of time, it's because they're having sex with someone else. Wherever they're going, that's where their lover lives. They're having sex with someone else. It is absolutely not true that any adult, healthy adult, is not having sex. It's literally the best part of being an adult. It's amazing. And so even people that don't always connect, that have difficulties, even people that, you know, may not get along in other ways, even the worst marriages, they're still having sex, like once a week, once a month, they're having sex. It may not be at the frequency that one partner or the other wants, but when it's no sex at all, when it's sexless, and the other person's not contributing financially in any way, they are a user. They're an abuser. They may have institutionalized the other partner. They may have made that person feel like they can't live without them. The helping relationship. And then they make you sick. And then, you know, you're sick. And then they bring you back to health. It's a variation of Munchausen by proxy. If you're, you know, an adult as opposed to a child, which it usually happens to children, you know, from a parent. So adult partners can do it to each other. They can just create stressful environments. Everything is fine, but nothing is fine. Like there's no outward talking about it. There's like all this stuff. And they might make you sick. And then they help you out. They make you better. Oh, see, honey, I'm helping you out. Yeah, but you poisoned me for decades. So with your, you know, lack of affection and attention. So I do see that love is going to come in. This person here is going to come towards their Queen of Wands. When the Queen of Wands is single, they might be, the Emperor may become single at some point. If they meet someone who is single, or someone who's not single and becomes single, they're going to be at a crossroads and they're going to go towards them. They're very conflicted about this passion, but they are going to be moving away. I think that they're waiting. You know what? They really want this Queen of Wands to get a job or something. It has to do with money too. I think that this is definitely a second marriage. For some of you, and there is Pisces energy here, and the Hangman. In this deck, the Hangman does not like to stay like this. The Hangman keeps coming out in reverse for me. It happened when I started the readings too. So I see Scorpionic energy, Scorpio, Moon, Pisces here. There's Mercury in Virgo, which is what it's in right now. I'm seeing some kind of messages. This is pleasures of the bed. Could be, again, someone you worked with. I'm really seeing some amazing energy here for the tantric part. Oh, you two have some good sex. It's like you two feel like teenagers. You feel like you're being foolish sometimes. You think about each other all the time. Yeah, you hit the jackpot. You hit the jackpot and you know it. This Emperor, even though all the time that they spent in a oh, this is my wish come true kind of energy, but while that's what they showed the world, that it was 9 of Pentacles, but if you look closer, you can see that there were cracks in the cups, like strategically placed cracks, bottom, top. It wasn't looking good because there was this beneath it. And now this person has found a beautiful relationship, a beautiful connection, possibly with a Leo, Aries, Leo here, Gemini here. We've got Cancer, so there could be a Cancer, Gemini, Cancer energy here as well. And I do see Sag and Judgment card, more Sag. Leo coming out for me again, as well as Sag. Virgo coming out again. So this is Mercury. We've got double Mercury coming through. There will be messages for some kind of sex coming towards you. This is for the general collective, but someone's going to absolutely fight for this. I see that with the 7 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Someone's going to fight for this. 7 of Cups, they're going to be choosing. So I do think this is an extracurricular. They may choose to travel to see someone. This energy of this 2 of Wands, this is dominion in the Thoth deck. So this 2 of Wands is about somebody moving, having a relationship at a distance. There's that kind of energy here, choosing to move towards them. Oh, somebody moves and it could create an ending, or if someone feels betrayed by it. Oh, I see. Someone's moving to end a situation. So the other party, this Queen of Wands, may be attached to a devil, someone with Capricorn placements, and it's going to end some toxic cycle for someone, escaping the devil. 6 of Wands and the devil, escaping toxicity. Someone's moving to escape toxicity, and if you are going to have new love. I'm not sure if it's connected to the Emperor anymore or what's going on there. I think so. You're gonna have somebody younger come in, possibly. This could be you're with someone younger, but they're not young. You know what I mean? They're younger than you, but they have it together. They are coming across as very protective. They could help you financially. They're coming across as being pretty amazing, having good Saturn energy there. So I think that also this Emperor is a little worried because the person, the Leo here, the Leo Sag, that they have this, and remember, Leo Sag doesn't mean the sun sign. It could be, but it's probably another planetary placement. Could be Mercury even. It's 11/11 as I'm saying this right now. Oh, so special. I love it when a plan comes together. Somebody is really regretful about a choice that they made. They chose burdens over love, I think. It looks like they're going to divorce their wife or their partner, their spouse, someone that they're married to. They're going to apologize, going to be coming in with an apology. Messages. They want to get together with you. They want to be with you. They're thinking about it quite a lot. They want to be with their Empress. So the Empress is almost always a third party, and that's just not fair to the Empress. That's Venus energy though. So it's actually the ruler of Taurus and Libra. So it's 2nd house, 7th house. So it does look like there's a new beginning coming in. And if someone moved away, there's not like an ending here. It's not a permanent ending. I don't see it as a permanent ending. I just think that, oh, I see. And they're telling me something about these cards that kind of came out for us when I was shuffling, because I'm a slow shuffler. I have one hand that you can see I can move it and stuff, but it's not coordinated, so I can't like do a lot of things with it. It doesn't have I don't have the ability to do the shuffle thing, and it's just not going to happen here. It's not Vegas. It's tarot, so hopefully you appreciate the intuitive shuffles, because that's about all I can do. I just physically can't do it. Because of I had brain cancer, and it was part of the treatments for that. Half of my body was unusable for quite a long time. Now, obviously, I can use it. But it's the left hand, so it's the left side of the body. By the way, the word left in Latin was basically sinister, and that's why people that were left-handed were often vilified. That's where the word sinister, and why that means something like kind of evil. That's where that comes from. Yes, and guess what? What's the word for right? Like left is sinister. What was right? Dexter. And the right hand of God is something that's a reference in a lot of literature, biblical, etc. So isn't it interesting that there was a series about a serial killer who was right, named Dexter? Yeah, I know. You learn all kinds of things on this channel. So in terms of the tantric aspects, I'm seeing that this has to do, somebody they're very concerned, they're conflicted because of the law. They're very like keyed into law in some way, and they're conflicted with their past. They're very like, this situation, it's a lie. They've had a lie to themselves for a long time. Like I said, institutionalized. That's the energy I'm getting there. Someone that's just like, oh my God, you guys. Whoo, baby. Lovely, lovely energy coming through. All right, I gotta show you. So we have these cards, right? We've got a new beginning coming in, clarity about the Empress. The Empress might also be getting clarity, but someone's coming in with an offer to the Empress. Ace of Swords. This is coming from an intellectual space. Look at that. That's gorgeous. The Emperor and Empress coming through right next to each other. Wow. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. We have the 3 here, and then we have the 3 of Cups, and then the 3 of Swords. So this is definitely Tantric Tarot. It's the truth. It's coming out about the sex lives of some people here in the collective. There's definitely an Emperor here who has a mistress, you know, someone, an Empress, that's their divine counterpart. Right now, that person is a third party in a primary relationship that the Emperor has with someone else, but it's a broken relationship. The Emperor just hasn't like maybe come to that recognition yet. It's causing the Emperor and the Empress and the other party lots of pain. Well, the other party seems totally fine, to be honest with you. These two are divine counterparts. This is the other party. This is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords may have, like, I don't know if you're in this situation, but if some of you had a spouse or partner that was not living with you, they were living somewhere else for a while, they recently came back. And someone else is already taking care of your whoever is the person that's not having sex with their spouse, that's created a sexless life for someone else, that's required the other person and made that other person feel bad too. That's also what I'm seeing. I think that this Emperor has pain because in the past, perhaps they to defend themselves in their lives, they had to probably have sex with someone. Like, you can't go for years without sex. If you're a healthy adult, you just can't do it. It's not healthy. Your mental state won't be well. Your health won't be doing well. And someone that's telling, like, can you imagine how absolutely awful the other party is to keep another partner stuck in the relationship while they're out doing whatever the fuck they want? Oh my God, so sorry, YouTube. I wish we could bleep that out. I can't bleep it out. It is what it is. I am recording this live, so I'm not going to be doing that. But I do see here now we got the King and Queen of Swords. So this is what I think is happening. I think that the Emperor has gone through a few iterations. They had a lot of passion and a lot of love for this Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Swords has her back to him, okay, and has for a long time. However it's occurred, I can't say, I don't know. So this King of Swords took matters into his own hands, and it's expanding his world. He might be in a Jupiter Mahadasha, Antardasha, I'm not sure, but it just does feel like their world is expanding. This Empress could also have some Cancerian placements here. Leo Cancer placements is coming through very strongly. So the divine is helping this Emperor. This is divinely guided. If you are the Emperor and you have an Empress that's not your primary partnership, this Empress is supposed to be. This is your person. Literally, angels are bringing this person to you. This is a gift for you. Not a gift, like, you have to appreciate what you have. If you don't appreciate it, the divine will take it away from you. Because this person, if they're not appreciated, they're an Empress. If they feel like you're playing games, they'll be done. And they may love you. They may have a loyal heart for you already. They may be monogamous with you, even though you're in another relationship. They may be like just you. Like you know, there's that sense of this person just wants this Emperor. This is and I think that the feeling is mutual. They just want to be with each other. and it's divinely guided. And so this emperor is getting helped by the angels, by the divine, because they have a lot of fear surrounding this third party energy. So the pain, the divine is helping them with the pain. The divine is helping them to move away from this sense of cheating. When a partner isn't having sex with you, like for years and years and years, what are you going to do? Not have it? I mean, you can use a vibrator, right? I always say that. I'm like, oh, there's this company called Lilo, and it's sustainable, it's environmentally friendly, and you don't need blah, blah, blah. I can use sex toys, whatever. But sex with an actual person, at least one person, is really amazing. And I talked to you last time about how Mercury, right? So the planet Mercury is called Buddha, and it in Sanskrit, and it represents our subconscious. Not a coincidence, by the way, it predates Buddha by 13,500 years or so, give or take a year. You know what I'm saying? So Buddha was basically 500 years before Christ. Christ was about 2,000 years ago. Muhammad was 500 years or so, 300 to 500 years after Christ, and Moses was about 4,000 years before Christ. Well, before even Moses moseyed on into the picture here, there was the Vedas, 15,000 years old, talking about the same kinds of journeys. And before the Vedas, you have to read Joseph Campbell's Primitive Mythology. He has a four-book series called Masks of God. Primitive mythology just will blow your minds. All the stuff that we think is so unique about our religion, whatever it is, not so unique. Actually comes from some really interesting places. And it's a fascinating book. Yeah. So wow, you guys, I really see this interesting situation here. This emperor is worried about money, and worried about some kind of movement here. I see. They're holding back on. So the person that's the Empress, when the Emperor is in the King of Swords energy, and he's trying, the divine is here trying to help the King of Swords energy from this Emperor mitigate their sleepless nights, their anxiety. They're very worried about this situation with the Empress. They're worried about it. They actually might feel pain connected to this Empress. They might be because they love this person, but they don't want to, they haven't yet admitted to themselves that the other relationship, the sexless relationship, is bad and is not as aligned as they thought. People have to kind of come to these spaces. They may be willing to put a Band-Aid on something by having sex with someone else, because I need sex. Okay, great. So then they go and do what they need to do, but then the other relationship still exists, and you start to realize it starts chipping away at the image that you've put up there. We do tend to create narratives psychologically. This is how story, even this is part of the Joseph Campbell stuff too, by the way. It's part of mythology. It's mythologizing. You're mythologizing the marriage. You're creating a narrative to create some kind of cohesion in a space. It's basically creating nobility out of chaos. If you have chaos, if you have a savage environment, an environment that's wild and chaotic, the way that we work through that as humans, this is why therapy works, is to tell the story of medicine. It's like a big deal. Narrative medicine is a big field, and it's not as widely known as it should be yet, but it is getting out there. And narrative medicine is about talking to patients and learning their backstory so that you can better understand and diagnose their health issues. people will tell you what's going on, not just symptoms. If you ask them what's happening in their lives, instead of just doing the top-down mechanic checklist, are you sleeping at night? Do you have headaches? Suddenly you can actually get some really good diagnostic criteria going, and then it's easier to help a person heal. You can't help them heal if you don't know what's happening in their lives. Like if someone, let's say the emperor, I can imagine that this emperor with the sexless marriage might have had something like broken heart syndrome. You could have heart attacks from that. You know, there could have been some depression there. There's something, some health issue that comes about from living with a person that's controlling and using, I mean, one of the biggest methods of control is religion. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of the method of control in terms of the psychology of a person who would do this to another individual. They're not a good person. No matter how much they say they are, if they're not contributing financially, if they're not, then they're not supporting the emperor. Look, when you're partners, it's equal. It should be equal. There should be reciprocal energy. So all romantic energy is based on Venus. Now, right now, Venus is combust in the 5th house. The sun just left Vedic Leo rather, and now it's in Vedic Virgo with Mercury. So Mercury energy is really important here, as is Saturn. So my beautiful, beautiful YouTube subscribers and everybody watching right now, there is something hidden and secret here with this Piscean card here with the High Priestess. Use your intuition as you move forward when it comes to sex and when it comes to romance and when it comes to any relationship, any intimate relationship. Pisces energy is the energy of pleasures of the bed. It's also about foreign lands, foreign travel, not just foreign like another country, but it could be another county, it could be another state in the United States of America. Each state is like a country in Europe. It's you know, some of them are bigger than some countries in Europe. Okay, the states can be quite large and formidable to travel through. So someone is traveling, and it's a person that gives this emperor a lot of pleasure. They're traveling, they're moving, because it's also about living somewhere else other than where you were born or where you call home. So this is 12th house energy coming through. Jupiter is in retrograde right now. When it goes direct, these things will be corrected. I don't know. I'm seeing that someone does move away. I don't know what for in this equation, but I think that if the emperor is lucky enough to have Jupiter in their chart in some prominent way, Jupiter, when it goes direct, I think that this emperor is going to have a big epiphany, and they might even travel to see this person if they've moved. Yeah, wow, Leo energy coming out again. This is big happiness. Oh, I see. Is the emperor not saying anything about this? Yeah. There's also a little bit of delay of happiness here, because this King of Cups to me is just about love energy. I don't know why I've got that there. Why am I struggling with that? But this is the idea of somebody going from, you know, page energy to king energy. So somebody, like, basically what that's telling me is this emperor is going to get control of their emotions. I think they're dysregulated, and dysregulation can happen on the emotional level. But if you've been traumatized at all, it can also affect you. You can have neurological dysregulation as well. So it's not just your feelings, you know, something that people think is easier to control, which is not. When you have emotional dysregulation, it's not just, oh my God, I'm mad at you or I'm sad about something. It's someone having a really intense emotional response that's atypical for the situation, and they may have that intense emotional response, and unless they've been in therapy for a long time, they may not be able to control it or even recognize it when it's happening. If they can recognize it, they may just simply say, I'm feeling dysregulated, I have to step away. You know, they may be able to dial it down, pretty much just that way, using different techniques, usually through something called dialectical behavior therapy. That was started by Dr. Marsha Linehan in the 1980s, who herself had borderline, a cluster B category personality disorder, and was institutionalized, and said there's a better way to handle this. And the better way to handle this is right in my hands. It's about using your intuition, being more intuitive, using Saturn energy. That is about taking small steps, incremental steps that will lead to ultimate success here through using your intuition, recognizing what makes you happy, who makes you happy. That's not just happiness, it's amazing sex, it's mind-blowing sex, it's tantric. This is uncoiling the kundalini at your spine. This is being able to roll into different positions together within the same, sort of span of a moment. You can spend an hour together, you can spend 3 hours, you can spend whatever, and just like, doing all these different positions. I see like at one point being like in a knot almost, so, the two bodies just so entangled that, that you probably couldn't, and I'm guessing too, when something like that's happening, one or both parties probably at one moment they were absolutely aligned, when the bodies become kind of interwoven in a way. What happens when that occurs is, if you're, let's say it's a number that I'm not going to say on YouTube, but I will say it on Patreon. So let's say you're doing something that is identified through 2 specific numbers that can nest within each other. Get it? If the two bodies are, if you look at imagery surrounding that, you'll see all kinds of things that are fine, but in Tantra, it's almost like a human knot, it's more like the figure 8 is what it really looks like. You're on your sides, and it's just like this really beautiful connection. And at one point, you should feel like you can't tell your body and your body's responses from the other person's body and their responses, because they're the same. You're on the same wavelength, and what happens then, right? It was 42 as I was describing that figure 8, and not being able to feel the difference between one person to another, like it all feels like it's flowing together. Okay, I think you get the picture. We have to go to Patreon because I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. I'm getting dysregulated. No, I'm not. Someone's really fighting through this passion. What's going to happen here, though? All right, so I really do see like good stuff coming in, big passionate opportunities. The person that's moving is ending something that's toxic as well. They have a toxic situation. That's probably the bond between this Emperor and Empress. They're both remarkable people, or they wouldn't be represented in this way. They're divine partners or divine counterparts. They're both very strong. They're both survivors, and they both agreed to do this thing. Not necessarily because of CPTSD, which, if you have complex PTSD, which is trauma from childhood, typically is in control, not you. And when that happens, people often accept relationships with others who are not available. I just think that wasn't how this unfolded. I feel like this unfolded because these two came in as equals. They both like each other. It was mutual, and they may not have known about the other situations, but the attraction was really so great before they even knew any of those other details. It was like they just made beelines for each other, and they had a connection, and it pre-existed any knowledge that they had. And so they may have just really just struck up a friendship that that ended up becoming something more because that something more already exists. This to me is destined. I don't see it as wrong or bad, and some of my fellow people that work in my field would not like that advice, I'm sure. But I'm more of a humanist, you know what I'm saying? Like, I recognize that bad situations happen to good people, and I think that's the case for both this Emperor and Empress. They both may have suffered health issues with the Strength card, Cancerian energy here, Cancer. I love Cancer. I have Cancer placements myself, but I'm just saying that Cancer doesn't always have, they're not known to be a robust or healthy sign. It doesn't mean that if you're Cancer that you're not robust and healthy. I'm speaking from the Vedic perspective. So actually, those of you who believe yourselves to be Cancerian, you may not be. You're probably Gemini because of the 24-degree difference. And those who are tropical Leo, within the first 24 degrees of Leo, you're actually Cancerians. Yeah. So if you are born on that triple conjunction, the July 31st conjunction is a great example. That would have been a tropical Leo. Vedic astrology, you would be Cancer. Yes, you would. So the sun moving from Leo into Virgo just yesterday. Today is the 18th. It happened on the 17th. It's going to, even though the Venus is still combust, it's still invisible. Started on the 15th-ish, 14th to 15th, depending on where you are in the world. And it will be going through early December. So basically about a week after Jupiter goes direct from being retrograde, since July 28th. It went retrograde on July 28th. So Jupiter is going to be going direct on November 24th, and there's going to be corrections of anything that happened, like say after July 28th, anything that went wrong. So I'm sensing that things probably may have gotten started for some of you if this is resonating for you. If it's not resonating for you, the Tantra should still be resonating in terms of the positions, things like that can help you get to that tantric space. You can use tantric sex to manifest. While you're, and I'm going to talk more about it on Patreon actually. So come over to Patreon and I will tell you exactly what to do to use that energy to manifest. So it's better if you're doing it together, but not everybody will be into it, and you may not want to talk about that. You may not be like, hey baby, before I'm about to orgasm, oh yeah, me too, great, let's start saying mantras, I mean, you may not be up for that. But yeah, I will tell you how to make that train get moving. You can manifest wealth with tantric energy. You'll see that all of a sudden you can manifest better health, improve your health, improve your wealth, improve your opportunities. The things that happen are just remarkable. If you just saying Om Namah Shivaya as your mantra, as your point of focus for meditation, that will help you make life changes. That will help protect you from death. It will help protect your health. It's amazing. But there are more specific Bij mantras that can help you. Come to Patreon and I'll share it all with you, okay? I want people to come out of this pandemic. It's still happening. I want people to live better, happier, healthier, and wealthier lives. That's why I have the Patreon page, to be able to give you information that I can't give you on YouTube for a variety of reasons. So I'm gonna go ahead and clarify this on YouTube. This has been almost an hour long. It's enough time. I've got to go and do the extended. I'm in the middle of packing. This is about movement. Oh my God, I'm moving. And here's the movement card. There's you see how that snake, that's like the symbol of feminine power. That's the symbol. Some of you are going, no, it's the snake from Adam and Eve story. You know why the snake was in the Adam and Eve story? Because the snake represented feminine power prior to that story. And Eve was made from Adam's rib, according to the Bible, right? So snake feminine power doesn't exist. because women only exist because of men, according to that story. So that's part of a change of culture that was global, or started to become global, a more global view of women as not having much value outside of their connection to men. So the snake went from being this amazing symbol of feminine power, a symbol of infinity, a symbol of fertility, to being a symbol of evil. And snakes for thousands of years now have been wrongly accused, falsely accused. Snakes are beautiful creatures, they're beautiful animals. They shed their skin and they can become a new person, basically. Every year, every time that they shed their skin, they're having a fresh new start. I wish I could shed mine. I think it would be better. You know how much money women spend and men spend on facials to do what snakes do naturally? Snakes are ageless. They're immortal in that way. You know, they just always look brand new. They always can start new, start fresh. They can wriggle out of their old skin and move on. They are remarkably adaptable, and that's generally what happens for women. Why? Because of neurochemistry. Oxytocin is why that was a symbol. And look, there's an egg in the middle. Wow. Wow, the snake is coiled around an egg. So there is something coming in a situation that's derived from feminine power. This, to me, the snake and the egg, this is the masculine within the feminine, coiling around this feminine energy here, this fertile energy. There is something very, very tantric happening here, where I believe that this emperor, with the physical aspects, is, connecting emotionally, connecting spiritually, connecting psychologically to their empress, as well as physically. And it has a lot to do with the tantric aspects. And I'll have to tell you more about that on Patreon. That's all I'm going to say, because I want to say more. But we're going to go over there so people can actually watch this video. St. Jude. So I'm guessing that for some of you, if you are relating to the Empress side or the Emperor side, whichever side, you too might be feeling a little bit lost about this. With Heidi is saying here, the lost cause could actually be the Emperor's attitude surrounding their higher level of commitment with someone else, believing a lie for a long time. Number 25 is actually about change in relationships, and that there's an underlying miracle within that change. Fire up lost causes, St. Jude will bring his flame, giving patience and endurance and the strength to start again. There is a second chance coming in through tantric energy, through sexual energy. So two people are using that energy, and even though they may each have various levels of commitments with former partners, and this could just be energetically, it could be financially. It doesn't have to be that they're both married or something like that. But I just sort of see this as, the divine, literally a saint coming in, the divine stepping in, angels coming in to help these two people, sending in the snake, creating this energy of infinity, of immortality. This is past life energy really coming in. Let's see what this is. Acceptance. Yeah. Accepting the truth is going to move things along in this situation. Acceptance. And if you're one or the other party, you may feel badly. You may not feel great about whatever is going on. You may be like, but just accepting the love, I think, also is part of this message. Accepting that there's real love here. Oh my gosh, this is my dog coming through. I called her. I won't tell you what I called her, but my dog. With the rose hip, it's the wolf and rose hip. It's about guardianship. We saw that we saw that earlier in, was it this message? No, look at the Leo video. It talks about somebody being guarded or protected. So this is number 24, 2 and 4. We got a 2, 4, we got a 2, 5. So 2, 4, 2, 5, and the number 2. So that's 2, 2, 2, 2022 with a 4 and a 5. So there's going to be a change. 4 can become an 11, 11. So there's going to be a change in a twin flame type of connection. A twin soul, a soulmate connection here. It may have taken these two a long time to find each other. I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for this couple, whoever they are. I'm rooting for you. I hope it works out. Let's find out in the extended what happens from here. All right, my beautiful, beautiful family here, my soul family, my goodness. Come on over to patreon.com/leonamercuryphd. You learn all kinds of stuff in the YouTube videos. You can only imagine what you learn on Patreon. It's a lot. I got a lot of stuff to share. So I'm happy to do it. So I want you to feel hopeful. I want you to feel like when we feel hopeless and helpless, that's when things get bad, sad, and ugly. So this way, you know that some of you out there can recognize that if you had a sexless marriage, if you had an abusive marriage, if you had a toxic situation, and you ended up meeting someone who was your equal, and that equality is where, not limerence, not anything like that, not false, obsessive stuff. You might feel like, gosh, I just can't stop thinking about them, but that's because it's love. It mimics love. Our neurochemistry when we fall in love is quite amazing. When that happens, we literally can't stop thinking of the other person because of a host of neurochemicals, a cocktail of them, washes our brain for about a year. It can last a year or more where you're just in love, and those in love feelings stay there with you, where you want to be with that person. It's a drive. It's like a primitive almost drive. Your body and your mind and your spirit are all telling you to go toward that individual, to be with that individual. I get that energy here, and that can lead to some tantric magic. So if you'd like to hear more about tantric magic and tantra and how to use that energy and what to do away from YouTube and on Patreon, please come over there. I'm gonna give it to you. I mean, I'm gonna give you the details. All right, everybody, love you guys so much. Hope you've had a great weekend. This is coming out about a day or so later than I hoped, but I actually, just wanted to have like a nice day to myself. I didn't take the whole day to myself on Friday, but that's why it caused a day delay in everything I did. And tomorrow I'll have Leo come out like soon, but Aries and Sag, it's just going to be later in the day because my morning is full of clients. So it is what it is, and I'm not complaining. Oh, actually, I've got clients until like 5, so it's going to be just a longer day. I got to watch that energy this week because I need to protect my time and my space. And so, oh, I know, I will be able to do it in the morning. Got it. I get up early anyway, so I'll get up early and I'll do the other ones and drop them tomorrow. And it's the Thursday ones are tough. I have to be done before Thursday because I've got every Thursday it's not good. It's not healthy. But it is what it is. All right, everybody, and no complaints because we're just happy to have work. Love you guys so much. Wow. Amazing energy. Let's take it to the extended, shall we? We'll see you over there in just a moment. Bye now.